You will buy the latest release. You will buy the latest release. You will buy the latest release. So I've been thinking about whether we're being conditioned into buying latest releases, whether we're having fear of missing out conditioned into us. So are we? Let's talk about this just after this. You will subscribe to the channel. You will subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Look, it's no secret that psychological tactics are used in marketing, as marketing employs in every walk of life. I mean, you walk into a supermarket, you have high price items on display, you know, special offer items on display as you walk in. You used to have sweets near the tills. You have alcohol generally at the back of the store or at the end of the store. The reason being that's there is because by the time you've got your way round, you may have worked up a thirst and you fancy treating yourself. The bakery kicks out the smell of its freshly cooked bread from the air ducts so that you fancy buying bread. You know, packaging is made in such a way to catch the eye. There's all these tactics that are made to make you buy stuff, to make you want to buy stuff, and it's no different with physical media. But it's come to light to me the other day of a tactic that I've just kind of landed upon, and it's I got thinking about it. So what's happened is Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. It's the fault of this movie that I had this thing in mind, okay? And that's exactly what we're going to talk about now. This conditioning to make us spend. And how do they condition us into spending? Well, let's delve into it. As we've all come accustomed to, as time has progressed over the past few years, we've come accustomed to the sort of day and date release of a physical media product for pre-order. We see them, the film comes out in the cinema, same day or a day after, day or two after, we're presented with a pre-order for that movie. It generally started with steelbooks in the first case. And as soon as these pop up, I mean, I'm on them as well. I will pre-order without having seen the film. June 2, Godzilla X Kong, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. And it's that latter one that made me realise the tricks that are being employed now. So like most collectors out there, I pre-ordered these films without having seen them because the films had just hit in the cinema and, well, I wasn't going to see the films on release day. So I pre-ordered Ghostbusters, I pre-ordered Godzilla X Kong, that sort of thing, without having seen the movies. Then I sat down and watched Ghostbusters and I didn't like it. I went to cancel my pre-order only to realise it's out of stock. It's not available there anymore, in that it's sold out. So what do I do now? And I'm generalising. What do I do? Do I cancel it or do I keep that order in place? Because what I've essentially got is an item that other people will be after and are unable to get. And this is what I mean by conditioning. Yeah, we've got to a point where fear of missing out is a big deal amongst collectors now. We see it, we all see it. We see it with slipcovers, we see it with special edition releases. It's apparent and it's abhorrent as well. And what I see as happening is that these releases are getting announced, are coming up for pre-orders. We're pre-ordering them. And how many of us are actually buying them blind? Now, I'm not a fan of blind buying, but forget blind buying, right? Because if you've seen the film and you've come away from the film and you're not that impressed with the film, and you're then questioning, well, do I really want this particular edition? Or do I want the film at all in my collection? I then step on to cancel that order to see that it's out of stock. Do I want to miss out on it now that it's out of stock? Do I want something in my collection that isn't really worthy of being in my collection, but I don't want to miss out on it because I don't want to be one of those people that never managed to get it at the time of release? And, you know, it's very clever tactic. It's a very clever ploy and you've got to realise how this stuff comes into play to make you want this stuff, to make you keep a hold of this stuff, make sure that you buy this item. And you might say, well, it doesn't matter because if I cancel the item, they're gonna sell it to someone else. True they will, but inevitably down the line there's going to be a reissue. This does happen a lot now with steelbooks. We are seeing reissues of steelbooks. Not only that, they are readily available from kind of European Amazon outlets as well. So if you can't get it in the UK, you can get it elsewhere. But not a lot of people outside of the community kind of resort to that. They just stick to their UK counterparts. So, you know, it's a very clever tactic that's being utilised now. And to be honest, I wouldn't have thought about it if I didn't dislike Ghostbusters Frozen Empire as much as I did. Just for the record, I did cancel Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I don't want the steelbook. I don't really want the film in my collection. I don't think it's worthy of now sitting in the collection. You know, that's another thing. I did do a review on it, but there we go. So yeah, it's just a little kind of chat, a little thing that came to mind in my head while I was laying there at night time, like I do, just thinking. That's what I do. I think, and then I come up with these crazy theories of what's going on out there. And conditioning. We're being conditioned into buying this stuff without having seen it. And are we being conditioned? But the question is, are we being conditioned into keeping our orders in place because of fear of missing out? That's the way it seems to me, because I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of people that wouldn't want to cancel a release that they know that they've got that is potentially now unavailable. And, you know, they want that on their shelves because keeping up with the Joneses and stuff like that. It's a strange one. It's just a small talk. It's just a small chat. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Can you sort of open it up, or can you blow this theory out of the water? I don't know whether I've got to the bottom of it. Whether I you know, I don't know. I don't know. It's just something I'm toying around with in my head. Let me know in the comments your thoughts. Do you pre-order having not seen the film, so you're effectively potentially going into a blind buy? Have you been caught where you've pre-ordered it, you've then decided, no, I don't want to get it, but then you've kept that pre-order in place because you've noticed that the film has actually gone out of stock, and you know it could potentially command a bit more money for you if you were to resell it on the resellers market? Scalping almost, but it's not. Yeah, let me know thoughts below in the comments. And yeah, just food for thought today, that's all. And I'll see you later. Take care, goodbye.